What a number.
Well, you know what, Nick? We're live now.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
I think that people have been waiting for this all week.
Even though the week is only one day old. But
Well,
that's probably true. Yeah. I
well,
mean,
it depends on. You know what, Nick? We're live now.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
You know what, Nick? I think that there's an issue here with the AV team tonight,
I can tell.
but that's okay. So what I will say, Nick, is you're already giving people fake news because the week is almost 2 days over.
Okay.
Depending on if you choose to start the week on Sunday or Monday.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, you know what, Nick? That's okay though.
Okay. Sure.
So,
Yeah. I mean, if you're okay with it, then
now
it's all right.
you know what, Nick? There is quite a lot of news for us to talk about today.
All right.
So, well, what are you drinking there, Nick?
I have water, but I have a little bit of soju left.
That's unbelievable. I have my, well, I will admit that I have fewer snacks on my table than usual.
Oh. Well,
And so it's because I just had dinner. So this is a bit of trash.
okay.
And then I do have a chewy bar. These are usually pretty good. And I have some wheat thins and cheese and like a cheese and cracker wheat thin sort of thing. And I have my pineapple orange C here, which I might as well just open it up right now.
Okay. Very good.
And you know, I'm very excited about this. Oh my.
Good.
Yep. That quite
Good.
refreshing.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And then I have a couple of half open bottles of soju. So I still have some peach.
Good.
And then I have some green grape.
Okay.
General. So name
right.
brand.
I have grapefruit Jinro.
Unbelievable. I don't think
you have to believe it. That's what I have.
You know what? It seems like on a day like today that you would have chosen a flavor of soju appropriate for the holiday, Nick.
Well, I didn't have any choices today because that's all I had left.
Well, I think you could have planned ahead, Nick.
I could have, but I did not.
This is unbelievable.
Why is everything unbelievable? I mean, this stuff is actually happening, so you should believe it more.
Well, all I can say is that I think that you have a lot of complaints about things that could have been controlled, Nick.
Suppose that's at least partially correct.
Yes. But you know what, Nick?
Yeah.
It's definitely time for the opening credits, Nick.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Are you ready, Nick?
Yes.
I'm not so sure you are, but
well,
the credits.
Here they come.
Doesn't that look great, Nick? Very nice and refreshing on
I love lemons. It's
Then why are you drinking grapefruit soju if you like lemon so much?
Well, at least I'm keeping up with the theme of citrus fruit.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Funniest Part of My Name, a podcast about math and Korean culture. For information about our podcast, please visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com.
And now here are your hosts, Professor Sunsan and Nick Haha.
Now, John, we are swiftly approaching citrus prime season, which I always am excited.
So, Nick, I will say that it's it's quite inconceivable that you would try to make this about all citrus when it's a day like today when we're trying to observe National Lemon Cream Pie Day,
Ooh,
and you want to talk about other types of fruit.
no, let's talk about lemons. I'm ready.
So, what do you know about lemon cream pies, Nick?
It's excellent.
Well, can you tell the listeners where to get a good lemon cream pie?
Where to get a good one? I am not up to speed enough with the local bakery scene.
Oh my, that's
Probably at Zingerman's.
Are you sure?
I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think you should be promoting a business like Zingerman's who hasn't cared enough about us to sponsor our show yet.
Well, but you can also say that about a lot of businesses.
Well, that's okay, Nick. You know who should sponsor our show? Genro, because you keep on talking about their grapefruit soju over there.
I'm good with that. I think that
So
should
what
be
would
something
you
on the
want?
horizon.
What would you want from Genro, Nick?
Well, today, if there is such a thing as lemon soju, I'm in favor of that.
Well, I would say that it would be great to have a lemon cream pie soju cocktail.
Oh, okay. I don't know what would be in that, but it's intriguing enough that I want to try it.
So here is some trivia for you, Nick.
Oh, doing
So,
trivia already?
well, this is a special day, Nick.
Oh, okay. Do we have a guest tonight?
So, you know what, Nick?
Yes.
You are always the star of the show, and you're the guest of the show every show.
I don't think if I'm here every time, you can truly
Haven't
call
you
me a
heard of
guest.
a recurring guest role, Nick?
Yeah, but it doesn't typically last the entire duration. It might be an extended period of time, but not the entire time. And since I'm here
This
all
is
the time,
unbelievable.
I think you're
Well,
kind of going against the definition.
I'm not so sure, but
I think guest by definition has an angle of temporary stay involved.
did you know that lemon meringue pie day is a separate day from lemon cream pie day?
I did not know that, but if you had asked me if it was, I would have said yes, absolutely it is.
So why would you say that? What would you say is the difference between lemon meringue pie and lemon cream pie?
Well, lemon meringue pie has meringue on it,
Yes,
which I
but
can't eat, actually,
well, why would you say that?
because I'm allergic to egg whites.
Well, how do you know that meringue is made with egg whites?
Because I've known enough about culinary things to know that meringue is whipped egg whites.
This is unbelievable. I will say that you have to believe that there are people out there who actually care enough, Nick, that they have come up with an eggless meringue.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you can make an eggless version of anything that typically uses eggs.
So are you saying that you can make an eggless version of scrambled eggs?
Yeah, there's eggless egg substitutes. Yeah,
That sounds disgusting.
I agree.
Well, I'm not so sure that that makes no sense, Nick.
What?
That you can have eggless eggs.
Yeah, it is a bit of an oxymoron. I agree.
Are you so sure about that?
About what?
Well, you know what? I did a little research, and I will say that Now, I would like you to answer this because you seem to be on the cutting edge of the egg news, Nick.
Mhm.
So
That's probably a stretch, but
well, I'm not so
let's go for it.
so sure. So then when were the eggless eggs created?
I don't care.
Well, but that's a real question. Like everyone wants to know if you know what the answer is.
1987.
That's not even close.
Okay.
Well, I will say that the eggless eggs probably like the origin would be within the last 10 years at best, because it was something that came about after the plant-based meat even. So there is a company now that sells this is disgusting, but I don't even know what to say, but yeah, sells plant-based eggless eggs.
Okay. I'm gonna pass on those.
Well, you can see oh, did you know there's even a website that's called fakemeats.com
Did not know that,
where
but I
people
am
can
not surprised.
why aren't you surprised?
Because there's a website for anything.
Well, I don't think that's quite true, Nick.
There's a website about enough things that if you conceive something in your mind, there's probably a website for it.
So, do you think that well, you know the yellow Mimuhan dog that I have?
Yes,
So, do you think that there's a Mimuhan fan club website?
I hope so.
Well,
And
Nick,
if there's not, I think you should start one this week,
well,
since you have 5 days left in this week to do that.
that I have any interest in that because I think that certain secrets are better kept unsaid.
What's the secret here?
That well, why would I divulge the secret when it's a secret, Nick? You almost
point.
got me there.
I tried.
Yeah, you really tried.
Did not fall for it.
Yep, why would I fall for that? So, Nick,
Yes.
I would like to have you tell everyone about where we are going to be this upcoming Saturday and how excited you are about it.
The Ann Arbor Arts Fair, I believe. Is that the full name?
Well,
Or
the Ann Arbor Holiday
Arts Fair.
Art Fair, and I think that it will be a great time. So, what are some of the things that the listeners will be able to experience this
I don't
week?
know. I didn't research it enough before the show.
This is unbelievable. So, you know, usually Nick, a good producer would go ahead and research everything, but you didn't do that.
Well, I guess I don't know. You can impose some kind of penalty on me later.
Well, what type of penalty would you like? Minus 500 points?
Oh, it had more than that. Come on.
Minus 1,000 points?
Oh, come on. Oh, this is Bush League. Well, let's bigger numbers, man.
Well, Nick, on a day like today, you're just getting minus 99 points.
That's it.
Yep.
That's pretty modest.
Well, why would I mess up the day of the year that I've been waiting for? And that is Cyber Monday.
Okay.
So Did you do any Cyber Monday shopping, Nick?
No, I did not purchase anything online today.
So you still have time.
I do have.
So are you opposed to Cyber Monday, Nick?
No, not at all.
Then why didn't you buy anything?
I had nothing I needed or wanted to purchase today.
Well, you know what? That's okay.
It is okay. I mean,
I-
it's my money. I decided not to exercise it today.
I don't think that's how it works, but
Oh, it's not. So who controls how my money gets spent?
well, I will say, Nick, that there are some. Well, you know what, Nick? I think that you never know if you are like if money is really just an imaginary thing or not, you know?
To some extent, it is nowadays.
So what do you think about these NFTs?
What do you mean? What do I think about them?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about them?
It's another financial instrument that you can
So, do
leverage
you
if you.
think- Well, do you think that the show should have an NFT?
Mm, not right now.
Well, why not?
I don't know.
What would
I-
you? Why would you be opposed to an NFT?
I don't personally know enough about them to make a good judgment.
Well, we could have an NFT expert on the show, Nick.
We could that helps.
So that would be a great idea.
That should have been tonight's guest.
Well, how was I supposed to know that you didn't know about NFTs, Nick?
Well, I think at this point you should just assume I don't know anything that you're going to bring up during the show.
Well, well, you know,
Because when do I ever? I mean, we've been
when
doing
do
these
you
for
ever?
what,
That,
like
that actually is
9 months, and I have yet to know something that's going on in the show.
That's actually a good question, Nick. When do you ever know?
I mean, when it comes to
So-
the show, the answer is never.
So what I'm going to say is that I think everyone knows that NFTs are like cryptocurrency neopets.
Yeah.
Wait a second. That look on your face says it all, Nick. I don't think
Okay.
you know what a neopet is.
A neopet? No. I mean, is it
Oh boy.
some other
So
kind of like crypto type of
uh,
coin or
oh
token?
no, there is another gap in your pop culture history, Nick.
Oh, well, what can I say?
What can I say? So you've never heard of a neopet?
I may have heard the term before, but didn't think anything of it.
I don't really I really don't know what to say because neopets have been around since 1999.
Oh, good. Well, Prince had a song all about it.
So we've had a volunteer from our listeners tonight volunteer to be our NFT expert. So,
Meaning tonight or some other time?
well, what do you think?
I have no
what do
idea.
you think, listeners? Should we have the expert on the show right now?
Whatever you want, John.
Whatever
you
you
control things.
All right. So
I'm just the unpaid hired talent.
So what we're going to do, Nick, is if our expert would like to come on the show right now, then, well, actually, this expert is a big surprise guest.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually not so sure about that. How many people would be surprised except for you, Nick? But
Well, hey,
But
I like
seems
surprises.
oh no, there's a bit of an issue here with the AV department. So-
I can tell that it's a very real struggle today with that.
Well, what I will say, Nick, is that our AV department put on a special break for us.
Oh, okay.
And so I think that the audience will enjoy this.
Good.
And
Will I enjoy it?
I don't think that you will, Nick.
No. All right. Well, I appreciate the honesty.
Yep. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Let's go to a break, Nick.
Good. I need a break.
What do you think about this, Nick?
All right.
All right is all you can say after you didn't know what a Neopet is.
Yep.
I can't believe this. So
Man, John,
to,
you are one hell of a non-believer with how
Well,
often
yeah,
you say
but-
things are unbelievable.
so to our NFT expert and our surprise guest, you've received a Zoom link, and
Oh,
we'll
okay.
see you soon.
Do you know that for a fact that someone is joining us, or are you hoping?
Well, this is the one thing that's the most believable thing of the show so far, Nick.
Okay. I mean, based on how much you said is unbelievable, that seems accurate.
Well, you didn't know about. Well, what? Tell us what you do know about, Nick. So I'm going to give you a list of holidays that are today,
All right.
and then I will let you pick which holiday you think you know the most about, and that's what our trivia will be about today.
Oh, wow. I like this choice.
Yes.
I've never been given
So-
this before, but
Yeah,
maybe we're turning
so-
over a new leaf.
Yeah, maybe. So, Nick, here are your choices of holidays where you may actually have a chance
All
of
right.
winning the trivia.
Okay. I like this.
So, did you know today is the customer is wrong day?
Okay.
There's the customer is wrong day.
All right. Intriguing.
Electronic. Well, here is our NFT expert, Nick.
All right.
So I think that you'll know exactly who this expert is.
Yeah. Well, I can
And-
see. I can see now.
Well,
All right.
Well-
Continue with the holidays. I
let's see. So we have electronic greeting card day.
don't care about that.
Well, yes, but you could
Don't
still be
know.
an expert.
Don't care. No, that's
How about
save that for something else.
International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people?
Sounds awfully complicated.
National Chocolates Day.
National Chocolates Day.
Yes.
So not National Chocolate Day. National Chocolates Day.
Yes. And National Square Dance Day.
Okay.
The start of Hanukkah. Throw
Yeah.
out your leftovers day.
I don't ever throw out leftovers because I don't have any ever.
And-
but okay. All right.
Then we have where is it? Albanian Liberation Day.
Okay. Not gonna know anything there.
William Tubman's birthday in Liberia.
All right.
The anniversary of the employees corpse of the employees corps. Hey, this is really poorly worded. Employees corps of the Republic of Indonesia. There we go.
Okay.
And of course we had Cyber Monday.
yeah.
So
Which
Which of-
is lemon cream pie day one of the choices for this?
well, no, not for you, Nick.
No. All right. I'm going with the customer's wrong day.
So why do
That
you
sounds
think-
intriguing.
Why do you think that you are the expert on the customer is wrong day, Nick?
Oh, I'm not an expert at any of these. That just seems like the most interesting one.
Oh boy, I don't believe this.
Well, you have to believe it, John. You seem like such a naysayer with how often you say unbelievable or I don't
So
believe
now
this.
we have our NFT expert on here. So
Yeah.
now, hi Rachel, how are you?
Hey, all right.
Yes,
Wow.
welcome back to
NFT
the
expert.
show.
Oh, unbelievable.
So before we get to NFTs, can you explain to Nick what a Neopet is?
Okay. Well, I think Nick, without knowing what a Neopet is giving some credibility to the theory I have that he might be like an android or a robot because it's a pretty integral part of a 90s childhood. And Nick claims to have been
Oh, I
really
remember.
obsessed.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So,
Do you remember?
I know what a Neo. Yeah. Are
Yeah.
they making a comeback or something?
oh boy.
No, I mean
Oh,
people
well,
reference them now
oh,
because of
okay.
like
Because John was
90s
talking
nostalgia.
about them like they're like something that's like with the in crowd today. What you're telling me is
I
not
can't
exactly
believe
the
this.
case.
So
Okay. Yeah, a
Nick,
Neopet. All let's see, what were some of the other competitors? Tamagotchi.
Yeah,
There were a
exactly.
couple other ones that I remember those things. I used to always like take my sisters and see how long it would take me to kill it or for it to die.
but wait a second, Nick. I will say that Neopets are actually very popular still.
Oh, okay.
So
Can we get to the
now,
trivia now? I'm excited for this.
well, I don't know. The struggle is real, Nick.
It is because I'm struggling with my patience to wait for this trivia to start.
Well, all right. Let's say hey to Krista. Krista in the chat right now. Hey.
Yep. Hey.
Hey.
Hey yo.
I'll take a shot
Hey
for
now.
that.
That
But
was
yes.
that seemed like a little bit less than a shot there, John. That seemed like more like a sip.
No, it definitely was a shot.
Now I'll say you
my.
take a shot. Okay. 2 hits of
So-
it. That's a shot. All right.
So now I will say that
What will you say?
Neopets is still very popular.
Oh.
And if you go to now, maybe I shouldn't say anymore until Neopets decides to sponsor the show. You know
You
what?
let the competitors write in.
You know what? we
John,
need to
if you're
do?
gonna wait and be ornery about certain entities and companies to sponsor the show, you're gonna be waiting a long time for a lot of stuff.
Neopets, I have a proposition for you. How about you sponsor some very unique Neopet NFTs just for our listeners?
Okay, I'm down.
I think you're gonna be waiting quite a long time for that, but hey, don't let it stop your enthusiasm.
Well,
Nick, you're a producer of this show too. You should
I know
send in
I'm
a
not.
proposal.
I am not a producer of this
So,
show. You
Nick,
can check the
you know-
credits.
You know what, though? I was watching some of the Monday Night Football broadcast earlier on
Okay.
tonight, and they were advertising NFTs for NFL games now.
Really?
So you
You're
get
advertising that.
Well, so
Wow.
what you get is
Oh.
an NFT that is in essence, like a virtual commemorative that you can keep of going to that game. So,
Yes.
I think that sucks. You want
Why?
to know why I think this sucks? Because
I do
was
actually.
just going through my ticket stubs from my childhood,
Mhm.
and the one thing I miss is having a physical ticket to get a player's autograph on.
I
I miss
do.
that too.
That's not the reason why I miss having a paper ticket, but I do like to keep paper tickets from when I go to, or when I, was going to games when they still had
Mhm.
physical hard copy tickets. It was a nice kind of little souvenir to keep. But no, I do agree with, not for the same reason, but I do agree with wanting to have hard copy tickets, at least as an option, still available.
Yeah, but like you can't even you can't even get a ticket that you print from, say, Ticketmaster anymore because everything is mobile entry.
Yeah.
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 So
I will say though, the nice thing about the e-tickets though is if you're going with like a group of people and one person purchases all the tickets, just so you don't have to like super coordinate when everybody's going to arrive and which gate you go in, you can send the tickets to other people.
no, Nick.
Nick's is just flexing that he has friends.
If I'm going to an
They haven't
event
all been
with other
stolen yet.
people and the other people are late like you are sometimes, Nick, then they're not getting in on my dime.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
the good thing, I mean, the bad thing is though, John, if you bought all the tickets and you don't send them to somebody because that person's late, well, guess what? You're still strapped with the cost of the ticket.
Well, you know what, Nick?
Because I certainly wouldn't pay you back for a game that you didn't allow me to go.
But I'm savvy enough to only take prepayments,
All
and
right,
they're
well,
non-refundable.
okay.
And you know why? Because the customer is always wrong.
But technically, you're the customer in that case too.
No.
well, friendships can be transactional.
Aren't they always? I didn't know such a thing didn't exist.
Just like an NFT.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
John, let's get to this
exactly.
trivia here. All right.
So, Rachel, explain to Nick what an NFT is.
Okay, so actually, if any of the listeners are truly interested in what an NFT is, your example of like something commemorative from a game is a pretty good one. Where that's like one of the styles of NFTs that exists, is like something commemorative. But because it's a token, the thing actually doesn't exist until you redeem it. So actually I'm really sentimental, and I keep this practice puck from one of my favorite hockey games that I went to. And they used to give these out for free. Like
Is
I
that a
schmoozed
Red
my
Wings
way.
puck? Oh no, okay. I couldn't
Wait. Is that one of the pucks like during pregame warmups that the players
Oh,
would
yes,
like flip over the
okay.
glass?
Yeah.
Well, technically,
So-
you can still get those for free now if a player is going to toss it up over the glass.
Well, now they actually don't let them do that because they sell them now instead of letting fans have them for free.
I'm sure if like you're up against rinkside seating and you can do something compelling in the moment, I'm sure players will still toss one up over.
I think that you are giving them a little bit too much credit, Nick.
Who?
You.
But who am I giving too much credit?
Like the players. Like I
Why?
would say, well, if I were playing in the NHL, I would say, you know what? If you want this, you better come out on the ice yourself and get it.
Okay. I mean, what if like a player's trying to do like a good deed for, I don't know, a kid or something at the game who
Yeah.
seems really excited to be there?
No. Like, I don't think that's how it works, Nick.
Oh, all right. And then Mr. Party Pooper, anti-fun over here.
Well, you know why I'm anti-fun? Because the customer is always wrong, Nick.
Okay. All right. Can we do this trivia now? I'm waiting for this. I want to do this.
Yes.
Okay.
Nick, so Rachel, would you like to stay for trivia?
I would love to stay as a competitor, or just as a witness, or like a heckler.
Well, both.
Okay, I can do
Oh,
that.
good.
All right.
I
So,
mean, naturally.
so now
Oh,
I
boy.
will
Here we go.
will tell you, Nick, that this is going to be a true or false question. The first
Okay.
one.
All right.
So you have to
Somehow
actually-
I get this feeling, even though it's a true or false question, my odds of getting it correct are less than 50%.
Well, why would you say that?
It's bad at math.
Just a hunch.
Well, I can't believe this. So now
Believe it because I'm feeling it. And
Well,
that's real.
why would you feel that? I
I don't know, past
I
experience.
can't believe this.
All right, well, let's just get to
So-
it here.
So now, who popularized the slogan, "The customer is always right"?
That's not a true or false question.
Well, Nick,
He's already screwing up.
yes, you're already screwing up.
All right, well, I'll
Your
take
odds are still 50-50 if you answer it like a true or false question.
see,
So-
I don't believe that's the case.
So, is that true or false?
Say it again.
Who popularized the slogan, "The customer is always right"?
Oh, someone's name must be who.
No, that's false. The person's name is not who, Nick. It was popularized by. Do you know Marshall Field?
No.
You've never heard of Marshall Fields? It was a
I think
popular
so.
convenience and department store brand for a while.
Marshall Field.
Rachel, do you know about Marshall Fields, like the store?
I'm sorry. I mean, it sounds like vaguely familiar. I think it's a little bit vintage too.
Yes, it was, because it was sort of, they had a store that was, it was found it in Chicago, and
That sounds
then in 1852, so it's been around a while, Nick. And then it was acquired by Macy's in 2005, and then they actually got.
It's a tiny little bit familiar in the back of my mind.
Is
but-
it like that movie about the parade and like
Yeah, so
yeah.
Marshall Fields parade. Yeah, they sponsor a big parade at one point.
Oh,
Yes.
All right.
So Nick, you were wrong. I thought that you wouldn't fall for it, that a person named Who actually popularized that slogan, but you fell for it anyway.
Well,
What an interesting setup. But yes, you should have seen it as a trap since you're a veteran of this show.
Yes. I can't believe this, Nick.
yeah, but unlike veterans in most things, I'm not getting any better with more time and
Well,
experience.
you know what,
My
Nick?
incompetence level
can't even
stays the same.
explain how wrong your answer was. Like, all you had to say was false. It's not even like I asked you what year it was.
Well, no, asking me what year it was, that would make it not a true or false question.
Well, that's okay.
Technically, true or false questions, it's incorrect to say that they're questions because they're not. They're statements or declarations.
I don't know what to say.
The
So
question is actually
if it were
implied.
a normal quiz show, that would make sense. But
The
this
question
an
is
absurd
implied
quiz
with a true or
show.
false. Because really, what happens is there's a statement or a
Rachel-
declaration, and then the implied question is that true or false? But
Rachel, so
whoever says, is that true or false?
did you hear about this store where a customer came up to a register, and then there's some stores where they don't actually have barcodes on the items, and they just like record the price by hand on a little pad of paper, right? I mean, they're antique stores or things
Sure,
like that.
happens.
They kind of do that at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. And
Somewhat.
so then now, if somebody says, you know what, like, how much would how much would the item be? And then the cashier says, well, it's $249 before tax, and you can't do a discount, but then the person still argues about getting a discount that they claim they didn't want to begin with. And then the manager gets called. What do you think would happen? Do you think
Well,
that
if
this
it's
is
today, if it's today, the customer is wrong. So
Right.
that
Well-
answers that.
well, Nick, you get minus 5 billion points for answering on a question that wasn't yours.
God, all right, finally, there's the big time number.
I
I
can't
wanted.
believe this.
On a
Like
technical, you didn't
was
even
hoping-
get it really wrong yet.
yes, I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to do that today, Nick. On a day like today.
Lemon meringue pie. Or
Yeah.
No, lemon cream
lemon cream
pie.
pie. Sorry, my bad. Lemon cream pie.
This is
Okay.
unbelievable.
On the second day of Hanukkah, a
No, today's the
convergence
first
of
day.
2 holy
Isn't
days.
today the first day of it?
First day of Hanukkah. I'm not sorry.
I believe
Yep.
it started today. Yeah, it's a little
Oh,
early
no.
this year.
Yeah.
All right, now what, John? Next,
Oh my.
what's up next? What are you doing?
Well, Rachel, I'm giving you 10 million points.
Yay! Thank you for the 10 million.
Yes, and
Incredible.
yes.
So well earned.
So
I am right. It is the second day of Hanukkah, so that's where I
Oh,
got
really?
the 10 million from. Yeah.
Oh.
yes. So
And it's a Hanukkah miracle because I only got one thing right, but it stretched into 10 million, just like in Hanukkah with the
that
oil.
is true.
Yeah.
Good.
So Nick,
You earned it.
this is unbelievable. So do you have any favorite Hanukkah memories?
No, I don't have any Hanukkah memories.
Do you really have Rachel, do you have any favorite Hanukkah memories?
Dude, how can you've been alive for 37 some years and no Hanukkah memories? Like,
I don't celebrate Hanukkah.
you don't have to celebrate Hanukkah. You're alive during Hanukkah. Like, you exist, you coexist with Hanukkah.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
my-
also
that's
like
my whole
alive
point.
for like billions of people's birthdays
But
for multiple years on end, but I don't remember anything from all of those because I don't celebrate them.
so Rachel, what is your favorite Hanukkah memory?
Okay, to be fair, I did grow up like with a Jewish American community in Orange County, California, which has like even like the second biggest Jewish diaspora.
So you're one of those rare Asian Jews.
Well, it's just like I get like I've been to a lot of bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, and I've eaten a lot of
I
latkes.
don't
And
think I've ever been to either one.
wow, well, it's too late now because everyone's too old to have a bar mitzvah unless you
Well,
start.
no, I
like-
mean, maybe like friends in
I
you
don't
know,
think that's how it works.
5 or 10 years, their kids might be.
That's
So-
right.
I have some Jewish
Yeah.
friends.
No, that's not how it works, Nick.
All right.
It really doesn't.
That
So
must be unbelievable.
So yeah, so Rachel, I think that Nick just doesn't pay attention to the world around him sometimes.
It's like
because-
Neopets
True.
all over again.
Yes,
Except now it's-
exactly, Nick. It's like that all over again. So I will say that
Okay.
my high school civics teacher was definitely Jewish, and so what can I say? But
Definitely. Not probably. Definitely.
yeah, definitely. And so we actually went on a trip to the National Holocaust Museum right when it opened in Washington, D.C. And we had a fundraiser for the museum, and we took the funds to the museum in person. So that was a fun trip, and our literature teacher in high school actually had us read some like nonfiction about the Holocaust. So I remember reading Night by Elie Wiesel, And
Yeah,
oh
I
my,
read that.
yeah, and I met him in person like at least
Really?
yeah, at least twice,
Mm.
actually 3 times, and amazing guy, amazing stories every time, and that was like an experience for me, like getting to meet him, and an impressive guy. And I'm very saddened when he passed away a couple of years ago. But I know that we also read Clara's story. That's another really good Holocaust story. But back to my Hanukkah memory, Nick, that you don't have apparently.
Mm.
So, do you know about the menorah and the D events in downtown Detroit, Nick?
No.
Oh no. Rachel, do you see this? Like, he had a chance to actually participate as an adult, and he still chose not to.
Oh, you need to at least have a plate of latkes one of these seasons.
Yep.
You can't do everything, John.
Well, yes, but I will say that they had the menorah and the D event happening again this year, and you
Well, the
must
good
have
news
missed
is
it
Hanukkah
again.
is every year, so next year is another opportunity.
It's happening right now.
Oh,
Yes.
well.
So I remember going
Well,
downtown.
I couldn't go. I have to be here for the show.
I remember going downtown and seeing the big, huge menorah lit downtown, and seeing that big menorah hovering over downtown Detroit. That is one of my favorite Hanukkah memories.
I
Like,
love
just
that.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like seeing that, like every culture like can come together. We can have the Christmas tree downtown. We can have the menorah downtown. We can have the Salvation Army, like world's largest red kettle downtown, and that all of these can come together in downtown Detroit. I think that that's great. So, Rachel, what is your favorite Hanukkah memory?
Oh gosh, I have so many. Well, I was lucky enough to go to a Seder before. And that was because in my 20s, I did date someone who was half Japanese, half Jewish, and his family was practicing. And so that was really special. It was like the legit Seder with like all the props on the table. And then I have another really good memory where I was in college, and a lot of my roommates were Jewish, or just like a lot of the people at the university were Jewish, because I don't know, it was like we're on the East Coast, and they also had like a big Jewish diaspora there. And so they were cooking latkes from scratch, and we were all in our cute flannel pajamas, and it was like really late at night. We all smelled like potato oil. And we're just like holding these greasy latkes in our hands in our pajamas, and just like eating them and gossiping, and it was really fun. So, just collecting memories.
Oh, that sounds amazing. All this talk about latkes, and it just made me very hungry. But it also,
I thought you said you just ate
Nick,
right before the show started.
Nick, that's not considered just eating when it's almost the end of the show. I think, Nick, that you
All right.
have too many
Yeah,
complaints.
It's been like an hour now, so all right. That's
You're allowed to
So-
say I'm hungry every 20 minutes. That's the
Yes.
rule.
okay. That's fair.
So, Nick, I will say that, did you know that I actually teach at my college with a Jewish, well, actually several Jewish math professors. Well, just at least one now. Like, I think one of them retired. But
Okay.
anyway, I will say that I still owe one of my Jewish colleagues a kosher meal.
All right.
So I wouldn't have believed it myself, but there's actually a pizzeria in Southfield That, well, of course in Southfield, because there's a large Jewish population in Southfield. Did you know that, Nick?
I think I
Boy,
might
you
have
don't
known.
even know the Detroit area. Okay, so anyway, there's a large Jewish population in the Southfield area,
Okay.
and they have a kosher pizzeria.
Oh, that's good.
And I've always wanted to go, but you know, I have had so much mess to clean up from all of your lack of pop culture knowledge that I haven't had time in my schedule to actually go.
Sounds pretty unbelievable.
It really is.
Oh, so you lied.
Well, I wouldn't say that, Nick.
I'm sorry. You told an untruth.
What does that even mean?
Yeah,
Like, I
this
really
is
don't even.
his show. It's his reality. It gets to make sense.
Oh, okay. I suppose that makes sense. All
Nick,
right.
you're one of the producers for the show, and you
No, I'm
didn't
not.
even read the script in advance to make sure everything made sense.
No,
Right.
I didn't get assigned the producer. I don't want that role.
Oh boy.
Whoever's a line producer for reality checks, we should bring him back in.
Yes, that's
Okay. I'll go with that.
that's a good idea. So now, what I will say, Nick, is that I have another trivia question for you.
Oh, good. More
So,
negative points.
Now you know that I'm a mathematician, and so on what? Well, I don't even want to know. I'm not even going to ask it that way because I know it would be an automatically incorrect answer from you. So
Sounds like every time.
on this day in 1803, what mathematician was born? Yep, and this is a pretty popular one.
All right. My answer is Pak Sung Chan.
What? No, Christian Doppler.
Oh, is that related to like Doppler radar and all that?
Wait, so Rachel, he's acting like he's never even heard of Doppler radar before.
I have heard of Doppler radar.
I can't believe this. So, yes, that's correct, Nick, but
All right.
that wasn't part of the question. And so
Well, I had the question wrong regardless. So just take away however many points you want.
well, let's see. So let's go for this now. We'll be very, very mathematical in this. So
I hope so.
let's see, because
All right. He's doing
have to make
calculations.
sure
I can see
that
it.
there is no.
I see the wheels turning.
Yes. So now, just so that everyone realizes that there is no bias here, we're going to have a random number
Okay.
generator
Oh.
tell us how many points negative that you are going to get right now, Nick.
What better way?
Yeah, what better way? So here we are. So
Okay.
it's between negative, let's see, 1 million and 1 billion. So let's see. So
Okay.
it will be, well, that's not good. I think that there's been a bit of an error here, Nick, because I think that they thought that there were more zeros in here than there actually were. So I have to delete a few of them. So
Okay.
here it is, Nick. It is negative 9,672,000 and something. So
Okay.
just round it up to negative
It's
10
90.
million.
It's negative 96 million. You didn't even
No,
read
no,
the number
no.
correctly.
We're right.
It's
Okay. So
rounding
What kind of mathematician are
down.
you?
negative 5 trillion, Nick.
Oh,
Wait,
all right.
you know
That's
what? We're just
nice round number.
rounding it. We're rounding it up to the national debt.
Yes. We should have a counter for Nick's negative points, just like we have a counter for the national debt as like a little widget.
As long
That
as
could
I'm
be
not
the
the
NFT for the show, is a widget of negative points that Nick has accumulated.
as long as I'm not the one managing it, that's fine.
That isn't really okay, Nick.
Well, I'm refusing to manage it, so I suppose you'll have to just tolerate it.
Well, all right. So now what I will say is that this is an easy trivia question for Rachel.
Okay, I'll
Of course
try
it
my
is.
best.
Yeah. So now let's see. So this is pretty easy. So do you know what Hanukkah means in Hebrew?
Oh crap!
Now, this is pretty
Okay.
easy, Rachel. So if you don't know, then we will let you poll the audience. So
Okay.
audience, if you are out there, so if you want to help Rachel out with what does Hanukkah mean in Hebrew, and I will
I know it has to do with the lights because of the oil. So
now I will say
Light.
that if Nick were more dedicated to the show, then the show would be much better. And if Nick's dedication to the show shone through like the lights on the menorah, then the show would be a better show.
So interesting, like global observation is a lot of the lights celebrations happens now because Diwali just happened, which is their celebration of lights, and then this is the Jewish celebration of lights, and then we get our Christmas, which is sort of like our, I guess, sort of the like Judeo-Christian celebration
Yes.
of light.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Okay, it's Festival of Lights because Diwali is Festival of Lights too, and Hanukkah has got to be Festival of Lights. So that just like it makes sense.
That's correct.
That's a good guess.
Hanukkah means dedication, so that's correct, Rachel. And so
I should have went to Yiddish school. I knew it, or whatever language that was in. Yeah.
So now I will say that this actually, if you like, for our listeners here, if you didn't know about the origins of Hanukkah, it started with a light being lit to celebrate a miracle, and then the light actually miraculously stayed lit for 8 days, even though they only had enough oil for 1 day. Nick, did you know that?
No.
Of course you didn't, because you don't have a Hanukkah memory.
That's correct.
Well, that's okay, Nick.
Yeah. Wait, Nick. Okay, so even though you don't have a Hanukkah memory, I'm sure you've experienced a Hanukkah miracle before. Like, you think you had a thing, but then it turned out to be even bigger than you thought, or you were able to stretch a thing.
You know what?
I don't know.
A really big Hanukkah miracle would be for me is if a huge like brisket sandwich showed up at my doorstep tomorrow morning.
That sounds good.
So you do like Jewish foods, Nick, but you've never celebrated Hanukkah. This makes no sense.
I don't think brisket on its own is
You
Jewish
can't.
food.
It's because it's kosher. That's why. It's
Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. Not by default, it's not. How about? I mean, brisket's super popular in Texas. I don't think there's just Jewish people running amok in Texas. I mean,
let's find out. So so let's see. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I go to like Slow's Barbecue, John, and get a brisket sandwich there. It's not like, oh yeah, here's our Jewish menu.
So you know
Uh-oh.
what, Nick? I will say
Especially if it has pulled pork on it too.
that you sort of have a well, you know what, Nick? I think that you are maybe maybe a little bit too harsh on Texas. But I don't think that the Jewish running amok is really the politically correct term, Nick. But
Oh, well.
I will say that as of the 2020, Texas was in the top 10 states for the largest Jewish population in the U.S.
Okay. Well,
Did you know that, Rachel?
I didn't know that, but it makes sense.
considering
Wow.
Texas is the second most populous state in the country, that's not all that impressive.
So, Nick, so you're saying that the Jewish population is not impressive?
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
can't believe you would say that.
obviously what I'm saying.
Like, I can't believe this.
Yes,
On
your
Hanukkah.
your interpretation of what I'm saying now and always is correct.
He's just trying to get you canceled. Hashtag cancel.
That's fine.
That's okay. No, that's not okay, Nick. But
Oh,
I will say that New York is number one.
Not surprised.
So there are about we're close. There, it's approaching 2 million American Jewish people in New York.
Okay.
So that's a pretty, that's pretty good, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like a large number, and I
Close.
will say that Washington D.C., although smaller numbers, like the second highest percentage of American Jewish people next to New York.
Washington, D.C. has the
Yeah.
most Jewish people after New York
I
in the
didn't know
country.
that.
The percentage,
Oh,
Like 5%.
the
okay.
percentage.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I believe that. That's okay.
Yeah. Hey Nick,
Yeah.
do you like kosher pickles? Like lacto
Yes.
fermented pickles?
Yes.
Okay, see, he does respect the culture.
So you can't eat kosher pickles anymore, Nick, until you celebrate Hanukkah.
Well, all right. It's a good thing I had a couple over the weekend because those were apparently the last ones I can have until I start celebrating.
Just start celebrating. It's not hard.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't,
hard,
I don't know.
Nick.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish somebody a happy Hanukkah today, though.
Well, that's good.
Like someone who I know is Jewish and celebrates it.
Well, I will say that if any of our Jewish fans would like a Hanukkah card from the show, just email us at funnypodcastdetroit@gmail.com, because guess what, Nick? I have a box of 20 Hanukkah cards in my basement. I'm prepared to send out right away.
John, what if it is a listener or a fan that is not Jewish but still wants a Hanukkah card? Can that person still email the show and request
Well,
one?
guess what, Nick? I'm not going to check anyone's birth certificate or anything else. So if somebody claims
I don't think birth
they want to
certificate.
celebrate Hanukkah, then let them celebrate Hanukkah.
I'm pretty sure birth certificates do not indicate religious affiliation.
Well, Nick,
The name, it's kind of implied, but yeah, it is.
I don't think there's much in the way of like personal ID that indicates
I can't believe
religious
this, Nick.
affiliation.
I really can't believe this.
We should send one to Krista.
Yep.
Did she request one, or is she Jewish? Or
Well, Nick,
Her aunt celebrates, and she also knew what Hanukkah meant.
oh,
So-
okay, that sounds like good enough reason for
Also,
me.
she said that my hair and John's hair looks nicer than yours today. So that was like another Hanukkah miracle.
yep,
Well,
I
Mine's just dry because I just showered a little while ago.
oh, fake news, fake news.
Well, my hair can handle any moisture or texture and still look nice. So I still feel like I'm winning still.
Well,
You
my
say so.
hair is getting better and better by the minute.
Getting
because
more
it's
grays
all
though.
these kosher pickles and all this brisket I'm eating that it just makes my hair shine.
Whoa, you heard it here, folks. If you eat brisket, you'll have nice hair.
Yes.
I didn't even know that. And I gotta
You
start
also
eating
have high
brisket.
cholesterol.
I don't think that's quite true, Nick.
Doesn't help high cholesterol if you have it though.
So, have you never heard of lean brisket, Nick?
I don't think such a thing exists. I mean,
Oh.
brisket is one of the fattiest cuts of beef you can get,
So,
which
you
is
know
why it
what?
tastes so good.
No. There is such a thing as lean brisket, and
Does it come from a
And-
different animal then?
well, no. So are you're insulting the butchers too. I don't know what to say because I know my cuts of meat, Nick.
Do you?
And so I will say that there is a cut of brisket called the brisket flat. And you know what? It really actually only has a total fat percentage of 17%.
Well, I don't. What's that in relation to some of the other cuts? I don't know. It's
So-
17%.
So I will say that brisket normally has about 21% fat. So getting
Okay,
it down to 17% fat
So
is
what is
good.
one of the one of like the leaner cuts overall? Like what does that have? I need a gauge on the bottom end.
oh boy. So you know what, Nick? I think that your questions are an insult to the brisket culture.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a whole culture for it.
Yeah, you said yourself earlier in the show, Nick, that there's a website for everything. So go find the website about brisket culture and then get back to us.
I'm all set.
What do you mean you're all set? You can't just
I don't
what
I
if
don't
you're
need to
gonna be like
verify.
brisket fan club? Nope, I'm good.
I am
What
good.
does this mean?
I am good. If I want to get brisket at some point, I'll get brisket. But other than that, I'm all set.
Rachel, can you believe this? I'm going to invite you, Rachel, to be part of the brisket subculture with me.
I accept your invitation to the brisket
yes,
subculture.
That's
I'll
fine.
drink to that.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do.
Yeah,
So,
and
Rachel,
listeners are invited.
you have a. I'm sorry to be nosy, but you have a musical instrument on the wall behind you. So what is that musical instrument?
It's a ukulele.
I'm sure you
So-
can play it better than John can play a guitar.
Well, wait a second. So, Nick,
Yes.
I'm sure that Rachel is very talented and can play a nice Hanukkah tune for us.
Oh,
But Nick, like anything would be better than you would play since you know zero Hanukkah tunes.
that's true. That's an accurate statement. I
Yep.
cannot rebut that.
So now,
John, who wins
Rachel?
trivia, or is trivia still going?
Rachel,
Yeah.
I'm declaring you the trivia winner.
Yeah.
And so you get oh, you know what? You get a picture with me when we meet in person. So this is your prize, Rachel.
Yay, I'm so
You
excited.
will like this is a picture that that will involve me holding the sign,
Okay.
and you will get to actually write on the sign what it's the first day of before we take our picture together with the sign.
Okay. I
How
love
come
that's
when-
the best prize.
John, how come it doesn't say Hanukkah on there right now?
So because it's not the first day of Hanukkah, Nick. I don't think that
Set it
you
up.
I would think that by the end of the show that you could at least have gotten right that it's not the first day anymore.
No, I was just trying to get a charge out of you, and I was
I can't believe
successful.
this.
Well,
Oh, you
I
guess
hope
what,
you
Nick?
found
Just trying to
this-
stir the pot.
You know
and it
what,
stirred very
Nick?
well.
You have 0 charges because you spent nothing on Cyber Monday.
That's true.
So you have zero charges. You
That
don't
is
know
true.
what day
I
of
did not spend
Hanukkah
any
it
money
is.
today.
Like you've dissed brisket several times on the show today. So
I am named after a Jewish deli sandwich, by the way.
yeah,
Or,
I really I can't believe this, Nick.
I do like pastrami and corned beef on marble
Oh.
rye
You can't have them anymore.
with spicy brown mustard.
What's the name of that sandwich, Nick? If you like it so much, what's the name of that sandwich?
I think it's just corned beef on rye.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to say to that.
I mean,
Is
it's
there
not-
also Swiss cheese and sauerkraut on that sandwich?
no, no.
Okay,
I like
never mind.
Reubens, but Reubens are not really Jewish per se, and
It is
what I'm
actually,
describing is not a
yeah.
Reuben.
Yeah, that's all good. You're right.
I
Marble
can't
rye is
believe
very
this, Nick.
Jewish.
I really can't believe this.
You know, John, there's a Jewish deli in Ann Arbor that I mentioned earlier that we should get sponsorship.
So you know what? I have a beef with Zingerman's right now.
Really? Because they're not sponsoring?
No, because I needed to buy a gift for somebody,
All right.
and Zingerman's is price gouging on their website.
Everyone's price gouging right now.
John, Zingerman's has pretty much price gouged everywhere on everything since its inception.
No, but I'm saying that
I mean, like the $18 corned beef
Yes,
sandwiches
oh,
you get at the deli
yes,
there.
Krista
I mean,
is right. Krista is right. Don't forget about Giving Tuesday. And I want everyone to give us money by going to our store at funnypodcastdetroit.com and buying stuff and
Get
giving
some
us money.
money.
whoa, wait, John, are the fanny packs ready yet or not?
Well, you know what, Nick? Maybe when they're ready, I'll take a picture that says first day of fanny packs.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
So there you go, Nick.
All right, very good.
So
All right,
you know
I
what,
think it's
Nick?
ti- I think it's time to start
for your
wrapping up
final
here.
joke of the week, Nick.
Oh, good.
Ready.
Good. All right. Well, John, since it's getting to be the holiday season here,
So is this a Hanukkah themed joke, Nick?
it's not a Hanukkah theme one, but it's still a
Oh,
holiday.
you didn't
themed
come
one.
prepared then, but
No, I
that's
did
okay.
not. No, you're right. I didn't. But so John, when Mrs. Claus is looking up at the sky, what does she say to Santa?
Well, Rachel, would you like to take a guess?
No, I think he should actually get the punchline today.
Well, let's see. Nick,
Nick needs a Hanukkah miracle. Let's let the Hanukkah miracle be him being funny.
Nick,
Not-
let's see.
No, that's not going to be today. Not in John's eyes.
Nick, if I were Mrs. Claus, I would say, couldn't you come down the chimney any faster, you idiot?
No, that's not it.
All right, then what is it, Nick?
Why does Santa have to be an idiot?
Well, I'm not Mrs. Claus. Why don't you ask Mrs. Claus?
But you just made that scenario up right now. So why
Why are you saying I'm making things up? Maybe that's how the joke really goes, and you had the wrong joke all along.
possible? But
This is unbelievable.
I
All right,
suppose
so
we'll
what is
never
the
know.
joke, Nick?
all right. So when Mrs. Claus is looking up at the sky, she says to Santa, "Looks like rain, dear."
That's the worst joke I've ever heard, Nick.
Really,
you-
that's the worst
Like
one.
you got me out of the. I was in the holiday mood,
Oh,
ready to
man.
celebrate the third day of Hanukkah, and now you just ruined the Hanukkah spirit.
Maybe my goal was to take you out of the holiday mood.
Why
And
would
in
you
that
want to ruin
case-
Hanukkah?
I've succeeded. Only for you.
Well, you know what? After Nick has ruined Hanukkah,
That's my dedication right there.
what I
It's a
will
holiday of
say
dedication.
is that here is a Hanukkah miracle for everyone.
Oh,
Roll them.
good.
Why aren't the credits?
Oh, I love it. My compliments to the AB team.
Yeah, they're not on holiday.
For watching Funniest
They're
Part
not
of
on
the
holiday
Day.
break.
Don't forget to visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com. We'll see you back here next Monday at 10 p.m. for an all-new episode.